about a year and a half ago, I made a video showing a walkthrough on this renovation I'm doing on my house, and I was going to do another walkthrough now that I'm finished with the renovation on the interior. So this will follow the same pattern as the last video, and I'll just show the things I showed before and kind of talk about things I do differently and how everything's working out. Put a little generic security system in here. New front door, it's great. I did end up doing a couple of these electric hardwired fireplaces. They're great to have. I use them a lot, especially in the winter. It's December right now, and 100-year-old house is brick walls, so not insulated. You touch them, they're the same temperature as the outside, so it's good to have supplemental heat. The old windows are not super efficient either. These are the age of the house, so these will be replaced at some point, but they're still okay. So I was saving a little money there. And these are older replacement windows, but put this IKEA light in. People seem to like that. And then look at my island in the kitchen. I did these concrete countertops. I regret the way I finished these. I would have epoxied them as soon as they cured rather than using them and then wearing on the finish and staining them, and now they need refinished, but they're very functional and affordable. So I would do those again, but just finish them differently. Got a chase up here for where all that plumbing runs, and it turned out all right. I like the look of that. The range, other drawback, not having ventilation above the stove, no range hood. So summertime gets warm in here if you cook, and then of course, you know, your house smells like whatever you cook. But I knew that going into it, and some compromises you definitely make with really old houses because they weren't made for our modern amenities. I think I showed the floor outlets on the last video, and they're working out fine. I don't use them much, but and that was one of the places I took this was where I had to put up that LVL beam and open this wall up here, and then out here I took a wall out right across where the island is now. I just completely removed the wall there, but it was only a partition wall. Refinished these stairs. These are oak. I would have done an actual hardwood floor probably if I were to do this all over again. This LVP is all right, but it would be more appropriate, I feel, to have some hardwood when the rest of the house is, I refinished. So, stairs turned out okay. They're rough, but a lot of things are rough in here. Second floor, it's my bedroom. I showed prior, TV's working out good over the fireplace. This fireplace is pretty powerful. It's good. I use it all the time. Pretty nice to have these windows across the front. Again, there was a wall here, and I removed that. These are old windows. I'm gonna replace them some point here, but put some blackout shades up there. I wish I would have gotten something that didn't have any gap here, because you still get daylight with those, but there's a lot better systems of mounting and cheaper electric shades now that have come out and could be a lot easier than how I did it. But guest room, these houses don't have much storage. You probably noticed no real storage in the closet down, or in the kitchen downstairs. Closets are small. I had to use this for some bathroom storage. It's a hall closet. Use it for towels and cleaning supplies. And bathroom here. I'd never do white tile with white grout on the floor again. I love it on the shower walls, but it is just terrible. It gets dirt, filthy. So I gotta have my own the bathroom has its own vacuum because the laundry also, everything shows up on this floor. I've made that mistake before. I don't know why I made it again, but I always seem to forget that white tile and white grout, as much as I like it, isn't very functional. Washer and dryer, that was a great choice to put these up here. Not having to lug laundry to the basement like I have always in all these other old places pretty much is great. Shower's good. I had to slim down the profile of this sink because there's really not a lot of space here. I can fit through it obviously very easily, but it might narrow my market if I go to sell it. Some of these replacement windows I got from, I always have my windows custom made because most of them are odd sizes, and a few of them I did not. They were common size windows here, so I went to Home Depot. I got these. I wasn't paying attention, and I actually paid a little more for them, but the top sash is fixed and will not hinge. There's 2 windows in this place like that I would have to clean them from the outside, and I would rather clean them from the inside, but I guess it's kind of a minor complaint. And then this goes up to the attic. I did end up finishing it. It's rough in the stairwell here, but ended up going with shiplap because I didn't want to lug drywall up here, and put a closet in so that this can be a bedroom, although this space is not conditioned, so I'll need to put a mini split up here. The furnace, 3-4 floors below in the basement is not going to heat this. Even though it's a good furnace, or a powerful furnace, high efficiency, it's not going to do well heating this attic. And heat rises anyways. It's not cold up here, even though it's cold outside, but it still will not, I can't list this as a 3-bedroom house unless I have heating and cooling up here, or at least heating. I replaced a couple windows up here, so I'll be putting that mini split in the spring likely. And I may put another head in for the 2nd floor because even the heating on the 2nd floor leaves something to be desired. Replace these windows down here. Out in the backyard there, did a lot of brush clearing. This whole area between the fence and sidewalk was very thick with hibiscus. Cleared all that out. I tore out a chain link fence and built this new wooden fence. I love it. Put a couple gates in, 3 gates actually, one there, one at the side, and then one is clear over here on the other side of the house. And then I've got a lot more. I did this pathway out here as well, out of salvage brick and concrete. And then I'm working on a rock wall down there, but I've got work to do on it in the spring still, but it's coming along. Did some storage panels, or some sliding panels here, so I can store some things back in the dead space here. Tried to insulate it as well. And it feels fine up here. Old window, gonna replace it. So there's still some things to do in this place, but overall most everything's turned out well. And one other thing that I would do differently is with the paint. Initially I just painted this whole house with the Kills primer, and I had to go back through and repaint the whole house recently just because it looked so bad after I was looking at it every day. It showed a lot of imperfections more. The ceilings are really not perfect, so painting them with a flat white ceiling paint really helped to hide some of that. And then painting the walls with an eggshell helped to hide that. The Kills was actually almost a little glossy. I don't know why this time, but it does look better with some flat white ceiling paint. And I just went and got the Sherwin-Williams 1-coat stuff for the wall so that it is, it's good quality, and hopefully it'll look as good as it can with as imperfect as the place is. I have to get creative with storage in the kitchen because this is really all the cabinet space that I have. So I do use, again, that closet, but then I had to put things in like this. Some people that are pretty mixed about whether they like the lockers or not. But that's essentially where I'm at. Lots to do outside still, but the main drawbacks, you'll have a problem with any old house unless it's built out of wood, with the insulation. Any house this old, because there was really no wall insulation capabilities for brick. So go into it knowing that it will not be efficient for heating, even though I put a 96% efficiency furnace in here. It's not efficient. So you make, again, a bunch of compromises with these places, but you can plan and try to know as much as you can going into it about what to expect, and hopefully you can gather a couple things from this that you might, if you're heading into a renovation like this. I try to be real intentional about this place and with the things I've learned from other properties, but you always do things, hindsight's 20/20. So, but overall I'm very satisfied. You can put the blueprints up on the wall that I drew out, and so yeah, I'll post some more videos in the future as I continue to upgrade the place, likely outdoor videos.